Hi everyone, this is Miss Debbie from the Addison Public Library. Welcome to Activity Corner. Today we're going to do some firework painting. Don't have any paint at home, you say? That's okay, because I'm going to show you how to make some paint with some items that you might already have in your pantry at home. Today's materials will include a container to mix your paint in, water, a spoon, food coloring, and some flour, along with a measuring cup. The items that you're going to need to actually do the painting are toilet paper tubes, straws, scissors, Q-tips, and a blank sheet of paper. Let's get started with our paint. In order to make our paint, I have a 1/4 cup measuring cup here. I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of flour, measure it out here, and put it into my little container here. Here I have a 1/2 cup of water. I'm going to use half of that. Since I've used a 1/4 cup of flour, I'm going to use the same amount of water. I did pour some extra because if the paint ends up being too thick, you can always thin it out a little bit with some more water. So I'm going to add a 1/4 cup to my mixture here, approximately. And then we're going to take our spoon and we're going to mix it together. You'll notice when you first start mixing it that it's going to be kind of lumpy. That's okay. The more you mix it, the smoother it will get. If you find that it's too thick once you've mixed in that first 1/4 cup of water, like I said, you can just add more water and it will make it thinner. As you can see, this is kind of thick. It's not coming off of the spoon, so I am going to add some more water to it to thin it out a little bit. And let's stir, stir, stir. And you'll know by looking at it, it's going to still look a little thick, but as soon as you're able to kind of have it dripping off, that's not quite dripping off enough, so we'll add a little tiny bit more. But once it's dripping off the spoon fairly easily, you know that you have a mixture that's good enough to make paint out of. So here we go. I think this looks like it should be good. You'll see it's just dripping nice off the spoon. Next, you're going to take your food coloring and you're going to add about 30 drops of food coloring. This is a good time to start counting with your little ones until you get all the way to 30. If you want lighter colors, you can certainly add less than 30 drops, but I would highly recommend about 30 drops for a nice bright blue. So I've got some food coloring in here. We're just going to stir some more to mix it together. You'll see it's going to start swirling. You'll see some of the white from the actual flour mix in here, and just keep stirring, stirring, stirring until it's ready. And I have some that I made here earlier. Once you're finished, it will look something like this. I also made some red paints as well. So once you're done with that, we will move on to our next step where we can start with our painting. In order to do that, we are going to take our toilet paper tubes and our scissors, and we're going to cut little slits all the way around the toilet paper tube. You can make them thick, you can make them thin. It's completely up to you. However thick you make them, that's how your fireworks will turn out. So I cut some of it before I got started. You'll see I did the slits all the way around. Then I'm going to take and I'm just going to flatten all of those. If you want, you can also use a straw, or if you don't have a toilet paper tube that's empty but do have straws, you can do the same things with straws. It's just going to make a different type of firework once we get to the painting portion. So you'll just cut little slits on your straw as well and do the same thing. You'll flatten out those pieces so that you can see how it will make a really nice firework effect once you're ready to do your painting. Now, let me get our paper ready. I have a cookie sheet here to try to keep things nice and neat. And the reason why I suggested having Q-tips is you can always dip your toilet paper tubes in the paint. It gets kind of messy that way. So I actually kind of prefer using a Q-tip to spread the paint on my little project here. So as you can see, I'm just taking that and spreading it on all those little cuts that I made. Spread a good amount on. You can be very generous with the amount of paint you make so that you get some really nice fireworks once you're ready. So let's see what we've got here. I've just about got enough paint on here. You'll see there's blue paint on all the little pieces here, and then I'm going to take and I'm just going to put it right down on my paper, and you can take your finger and just push it a little bit if you'd like, and then you've got a firework there. I'm going to take my straw that I made, actually I have one over here, and I'm going to dip that in my red paint, and then I'm going to put that on my piece of paper here, and you'll see when you do that, it's going to make little things on your piece of paper that look similar to fireworks. When you're completed with your project and it's all dry, it'll look something like this, and you'll have fireworks for the 4th of July without even having to go outside. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. We will also have instructions available for this project at the library, so if you come for curbside pickup, please feel free to ask for some of those as well. Thanks, and have a great day. Hope to see you all soon.